let's contemplate with me about this self-care versus selfishness. So this is coming from something that recently happened to me, and so I wanted to really talk about it and make sure that people know the difference, and that when they're told that they're being selfish for knowing their limitations and their triggers and their stressors, that has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with you when you're told that you're selfish, because you are listening to your body, because you live in your body and you know what it needs and how it reacts to things. That has everything to do with the other person, and a lot of it is projection, because they feel uncomfortable maybe around you and your limitations, and that makes them feel, like a bad person, so then they're being selfish, or they want to do things that you can't do, and that also makes them feel selfish. So it's all just projection onto you, okay? So for example, I've lived in this wonderful FND body for about 3 years now, and I know my triggers and stressors and limitations, and I know that if I push myself beyond that, it causes flare-ups, and it causes more issues with like the non-epileptic seizures and spontaneous paralysis and speech problems and fatigue, and I mean I could go on and on and on, losing my hearing, losing my vision, losing my mind. And it takes me a long time to recover from something like that, from not listening to my body and trying to appease others because they're uncomfortable with how I am. If I do push myself, it can take a week, 2 weeks to recover to where I am normally, which is still in this body, right? So, if it's physical, if it's mental, whatever it is, if it's something that triggers your anxiety, or that is a trigger with your depression, or physically, if you have a disability like I do, with movement disorder or anything, and that something's going to trigger it, like pushing yourself or lifting something or whatever, and you voice that, you're actually taking care of yourself. You're taking Tozie's butt, so big. You're taking a huge step in like self-realization and being authentic and being true to yourself, and in healing by admitting what you need and listening to that and telling other people what you need and when you need help. These are giant milestones that I don't think a lot of people realize how hard it is to do and how hard it is to admit, and then to be called selfish for doing that and, taking care of yourself is something that can definitely take us into a spiral. But ultimately, even though it is probably going to affect you, it isn't about you. It isn't about you. It's not about you. You're being strong. You're being, doing everything that you can to heal and be there in the best body that you can be, to be able to be there for other people. Because when you do overdo it, or you are triggered with anxiety or a panic attack or whatever, a lot of times panic attacks, who knows, but anyway, you're so focused on yourself and how you're feeling because you have to be. Like, there's no other anything, you can't deal with. Like, you're already over the limit in what you can physically and mentally handle, so you're not available for other people. And so not listening to your body and not saying when you need help and admitting when you can't do things and taking your time or doing whatever, avoiding certain situations that will cause you anxiety or trigger, like PTSD or something like that. If you go into that, you're not going to be there for anyone else. So really, listening to yourself and knowing your body is the opposite of being selfish. You're healing. You are practicing self-love, and you're practicing self-care, and you're putting it out there so that once you feel better, you can show other people how to be better, right? And that's all we can do for each other, is heal ourselves so that we can help other people heal. All right, that's my thoughts on that.